Hi everyone. Hopefully it's going to work this time. This is take two. I hope that you are having a good day so far. And I'm excited to share with you some new information. But before I get into, I want to talk about the gut connection today. But before I get into that, I just want to share something that I've been thinking about. Because doing one little thing for sleep isn't going to work if you have a bigger issue that's keeping you awake. So, what I mean is, avoiding screens before bed isn't going to work if you have a parasite that's active in the middle of the night. Taking melatonin isn't going to work if your hormones are out of balance. Not drinking coffee after 2 isn't going to work if food sensitivities are making you release cortisol at bedtime. So, if you've been struggling to sleep for a while, I'm sure you have heard of all of these rules and you've either tried them and they haven't worked, or you don't want to try them because you know there's something deeper going on and you're just trying to make it through the day. You know that maybe you used to be able to watch TV before bed and now you can't. Now you can't sleep even though you could before. So you know that TV isn't the issue. So, unless your sleep problems are caused by a traumatic event, then there's something hidden in your body that is keeping you awake at night. It could be hormone imbalance, it could be food sensitivities, it could be liver detox issues, and it could be an unhealthy gut or brain, which is what I want to talk about today. Because the gut and the brain are connected. And so if one isn't healthy, then the other isn't going to be either. And your brain is actually in charge of your gut function. So it controls the movement of food through your digestive tract. It releases enzymes to digest food, and it regulates blood flow with nutrients that support your gut. And so it has these very important functions for your digestion. And so that's why one of the signs of brain dysfunction is poor digestion. So many people with poor memory and difficulty learning new things and sleep problems also have problems with digestion, like bloating, gas, diarrhea, or constipation. And that's because these are connected. And so whenever your brain starts degenerating, then your digestion suffers. So those digestive symptoms are one of the first signs of this impaired gut brain connection. So your digestive system also has its own nervous system. It's called the enteric nervous system. And the vagus nerve connects the brain and the enteric nervous system. And so if your brain isn't healthy, then the vagus nerve isn't sending messages down correctly, and your digestion is going to slow down. And then when food doesn't move quickly enough through the digestive tract, then it can ferment and lead to yeast and bacterial overgrowth in the gut. Now, the vagus nerve can also stop activating the release of stomach acid. And since we need that to digest protein, then if you have a hard time digesting things like meat and eggs, then you probably have low stomach acid. Now, the gut affects the brain too. So, when the gut wall is damaged, then undigested food particles and pathogens and toxins leak through that gut wall into the bloodstream, which causes a lot of inflammation. And then that inflammation can get into your brain too. And so, if your gut is healthy, you should have regular daily bowel movements. And if you don't, then you're going to have bloating and pain or burning in your stomach, or gas, or constipation, or diarrhea. And if you have cloudy or foggy thinking, you know that your brain is inflamed. And that's because that inflammation slows down the communication of neurons to each other. Now, some people with a leaky gut actually don't have any digestive symptoms, especially if they're eating a non inflammatory diet. But if you have brain fog, if you have depression, if you have autoimmune disease, then you most likely have a leaky gut, even if your digestion is fine. So, to sleep well, your gut and your brain need to be healthy. And this is why I do lab testing to find out what isn't healthy in your body, what's keeping you from sleeping normally. All of my clients have something going on in their gut. For some people, it's more than others. Some people have just general bacterial overgrowth. Some people have that, plus a parasite, plus H. pylori, plus candida. So there is a spectrum as to how unhealthy people's guts are, but none of my clients have had a healthy gut. And that's because, that their gut unhealth is contributing to their sleep issues, and it's affecting their brain too. So if you want to get to the bottom of this, I can help you. That's why I do this lab testing, to find out what's going on in your body. I also look at what's going on in your mind. So we're talking about stress and what stresses you out. We're talking about your thoughts about sleep. If you're thinking all day about how tired you are and worrying about sleep the next night, then that is going to continue sabotaging your sleep, even if we address everything going on in your body. So that's why it's really important to look at both the body and the mind. And so if you want to find out more about how I can help you get better sleep and really fix this problem for good, then feel free to message me. All right, thanks for listening, and I will see you in the group.